Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Thanks for watching. See you later. Thanks for watching. What's up? How you doing? It's Zach, Heyday Development. Welcome back to another video. It's part 3 of the half-bath renovation. We're glad you're here. Glad you clicked on the video. There's a lot of videos out there you could click on, but you clicked on this one, and we're grateful for you. I'll be covering how to install drywall, specifically where electrical switches and outlets are planned. And you can see I already installed the switches for the light and exhaust fan. Go see part 2 for how I wired those. It doesn't go quite all the way to the edge like I want it to. Door casing and some door trim going around this door. It's going to cover up where the lack of drywall is. Honestly, you don't need to worry about that as long as you can fasten this into the stud. Sorry, that was a hiccup. So can you see? You good? All right, so we're gonna go like this. Push up and in. Firm, strong, and I'm ready to party. Are you? Because I am. So this is where a GFCI outlet is going to be. So we need to figure out a way to stick this piece of drywall onto the wall and be able to feed this wire kind of through. I need to do a little bit of measurements. And I also need to turn off the power to this outlet, or at least make sure that it's off, because I can't remember if I turned it off or not. And we're just going to be drilling holes into each of these corners, and you'll see why in a second. Boom, saw. So a little pro tip here, you don't need to saw out this top part. You can come from the back side of it and just slice it right out. You just slice it from the back end and then it comes right off. Let's just feed it through this hole we created. All right, that fits perfectly. So 16 inches is about this length, the length from these two studs. So if I just translate this one down, we could probably fit 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a quick blurb here. I know it looks kind of stupid that I'm using multiple different pieces of drywall instead of one solid one, but that's just because those came from previous projects that I'm trying to reuse. Not bad. Gang box. Old work, gang box. We're going to be utilizing here. Now we have to open up one of these tabs in order to fit these wires through, so let's actually do that first. Little notch back there is opened up. I don't want to die. Okay, no power. None whatsoever. So that doesn't quite fit in there. So we gotta make this hole just a bit bigger. Before we put this all the way in, let me show you what the purpose of this thing is. So this thing comes up and pulls against the back here. Whenever you screw this in, kind of holds it into place nice and firm. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut all 3 of these to the same size. The way I gauge it is the length of this tool. Make sure the power's off. I already did that, so boom. And then our ground wire here. Boom. We're going to strip these wires to expose some of the bare copper. Now stripping's fun, man, but you got to do it sparingly and don't do it in public. So boom, we take that off. Get this out of there. So now we need to make hooks on the ends of these wires. Give it a nice tight twist, keeping tension. And then boom, you can kind of see that that's a nice little tight hook there. This wire's a little jagged around with. Okay, so boom, you got 3 there. Now we're ready to connect it to the outlet. Pretty simple process, guys. If this is a simple process to you, hit the like button down below and let me know how easy of a process it really is. Okay, we got it in. Now let's get this nice and tight in there. It's important for these outlets that you're using. The top is the power in, or the line. You want to screw in the hot with the gold on this side, and then the neutral with the silver on that side, but it needs to be on the top side. The bottom ones is if you are adding an additional receptacle that kind of ties off of this one and goes somewhere else, but we're not doing that for this specific outlet, so we're going to tighten this down. Just a quick disclaimer here, this video is for entertainment purposes only. There's plenty of other YouTube videos out there that go more in depth on how to install receptacles. Fold these wires kind of together, pinch them all together so I can just give it a nice push. And now that it's back there, Let's give it a nice tight screw in here. Okay. This is gonna be screwed down all the way to the bottom. So boom, there you go, there it is. Oh shit. In part 2 of this series, I installed that exhaust fan and ventilation. If you haven't seen it yet, feel free to pause the video, open up a new tab, and check it out. Link for that's down below. So this one's gonna be a little tricky because we have the exhaust vent here. Cut out a hole in order for this to fit. We're gonna lift this into place. Alright, perfect. That's firm. I mean, come on, look at that. Look at that perfection. I don't think it gets much better than that, to be honest with you. Oh! Okay. Oh! Dropping everything. You can use the same method I showed you before to cut out the hole for the fan. Be sure to measure correctly. So now we have these tabs on this exhaust fan, on all 4 right here, need to be bent over top of the drywall. Okay, so like that. Exhaust fan is set in place. That's a spicy meatball. So we're gonna kind of go from there, and that's it. There's a little bit of a gap up here. I didn't measure correctly, but I'm just gonna put a small strip up there and call it a day. In order to hide this ventilation, I decided to build a box type device. It's a little overkill, but I'd rather this than something that looks janky. Shout out to my beautiful hair here, but the box needs to be built at an angle due to the nature of the ventilation route, so I had to get a little fancy with the 2x4 cuts and fasten them using pocket holes. It's sturdy and I think it looks nice. Let me know down below what you think about this strategy. Now to install the drywall. It was a bit tricky, but there's an easy way to do this that doesn't involve measuring or pre-cutting. Obviously you have to measure to make it fit, but for the angle, you just slice the sheetrock by following that 2x4 edge. It ended up working really well, and I'm very much so satisfied with that. Repeat those steps for the top part, and you got yourself a shelf to store all your favorite knickknacks. Once we get all the seams all finished, it'll look like a brand new spanking festival of drywalls. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that episode where we finish the seams, and maybe even paint the walls. What color would you like to see? Leave your answer down below in the comments so I can ignore it. Oh hey, it's Zach, Heyday Development here. Welcome back to another video. It's part 3, half bath renovation. Welcome. Got some drywall here. This wasn't here in the last video, so this is fresh. This is really fresh. It's almost fresh enough to take a chunk out and taste it. Those look beautiful. Wow, brilliant job. Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Zach, Heyday Development here. Welcome back to another video. Part 3, half bath renovation. It's here. Alright, let me take you on a little adventure here. So, can I grab you real quick? Can I take a hold of you? Can I grab you with my mitts? Hi guys, it's me, Bougie Boy. I'm Bougie Boy. So let's do that right now real quick. It's gotta be real quick. Okay, if it's not real quick, then we're gonna have problemos. That's Spanish for problems. So in order for you to see what I'm doing, I'm gonna have to prop this up right here, which is not the most stable position. But what it is some frisky action. And frisky action is why you're here. I can't switch hands. Holy hell. You want to go over 16 inches. Roughly that is the size of my penis. So I can just throw my dick up here. Sorry. So 16 inches is about this length. The length from these two stuff.